Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into Ningxia, a pretty remote Chinese province where this searing geographical paradox actually hides some absolutely incredible secrets. You see, tucked away in northwest China, this autonomous region has a landscape that feels, well, almost like a total contradiction. It's essentially blending completely different worlds together.
So you might be wondering, how exactly does a harsh desert become a thriving kingdom? Because at first glance, northwest China just looks like endless sand and silence. But as we'll discover, this environment didn't just challenge the people who live there, it actually forged them into something entirely unique.
Well, to put it simply, it's all about the water. The Yellow River literally turned the desert into a kingdom. Fact is, Ningxia is the only province whose entire territory is located right within the Yellow River Basin, which acts as this massive, flowing lifeline straight through the arid earth.
And the contrast is just wild. On one hand, you've got the scorching heat of the Tangut Desert, which is the fourth largest desert in all of China. And on the other, you have the cool, life-giving waters of the Yellow River. Imagine relentless dunes and freezing winds blowing down from Mongolia, clashing directly with an impossibly lush green agricultural haven. It's that exact friction between sand and water that defined everything that was to come.
Chapter 1. Desert meets the river. Let's see how early inhabitants navigated this beautiful but extreme landscape.
Okay, picture this. To survive out here on the frontier during the ancient Silk Road era, nomads had to get pretty creative. So, they invented sheepskin rafts. They would tie literally inflated sheepskins to a sturdy frame made of willow branches to create the perfect buoyant vessel. This let them transport food, goods, and themselves across the rushing waters. It's such a brilliant testament to human ingenuity, and honestly, you can still experience these rafts on the river today. Chapter 2. Echoes of Ancient Empires. Now, let's explore how this river birthed powerful dynasties.
We are talking about a staggering progression of history here. Because it was a frontier zone, nomadic warriors and settled farmers were constantly clashing. We go all the way from ancient hunters carving celestial symbols into the Helan Mountains, right up to the rise of massive fortresses, culminating in the establishment of the mysterious Tangut Empire in 1038 AD. Thousands of years of history just stacked right on top of each other.
And to defend those borders, they built on a massive scale, 1,500 kilometers. Ningxia is basically an open-air museum featuring an incredible 1,500 kilometers of ancient great walls stretching right across the sand. They span from the 5th century BC all the way to the Ming Dynasty in the 17th century, completely littered with ancient watchtowers and trenches.
Which brings us to Chapter 3. Pyramids of the Orient.
Tucked right against the dramatic backdrop of the Helan Mountains, we find the mysterious ruins of the Tangut people, specifically 9 massive imperial mausoleums alongside 250 smaller tombs. These are the magnificent remnants of the Tangut Empire, a kingdom that was completely wiped out by Genghis Khan. After a brutal 22-year war in the 13th century, the Mongols nearly erased the Tangut people from the historical record, leaving these tombs to just weather the desert winds in total silence.
Now this is where it gets really fascinating. These towering 21.5-meter-high earthen pyramids aren't aligned strictly north to south like your typical Chinese tombs. Actually, archaeologists believe they were designed over 1,000 years ago to map the stars above. It's just a profound realization, you know? A millennium ago, the Tangut people were looking up at the exact same night sky, drawing meaning from the cosmos to build these pyramids of the Orient.
Chapter 4. The Hui Muslim Heartland. Let's jump from the ancient ruins to the bustling present.
Despite centuries of wars and revolts, Ningxia endured. Today, it's defined by the Hui people. With a population of about 10.5 million, they are the largest Muslim ethnic group in China. They're an incredible ethno-religious group with Central Asian and Middle Eastern ancestry, perfectly blending East Asian traditions with the teachings of Islam. They largely speak Chinese and visually resemble the Han Chinese majority, but their vibrant culture is tightly knit together by their faith and unique dietary customs.
I love this quote from a local resident. They describe it as a religion combining Chinese and Islamic elements, completely distinct from the Arab region. When Persian and Arabic merchants settled here centuries ago, they didn't replace the local culture. They merged with it seamlessly along that ancient Silk Road.
And man, you can literally taste this cultural fusion in Yinchuan's chaotic, colorful night markets. The air is just thick with the smell of roasting lamb and rich spices. You've got the famous sizzling Ningxia sheep skewers, seriously considered some of the best in China. Plus, local desert scallions that strangely taste a bit like seaweed, sweet and tart native goji berries, and the iconic aromatic 8 treasure tea. It's a total sensory explosion.
Finally, Chapter 5, Vintage Under the Stars. Let's see how this fertile oasis is yielding a new, modern harvest.
Yeah, you heard that right. Wine in the desert. Protected by the Helan Mountains blocking the freezing northern winds, local vineyards are absolutely booming. They bury the vines in the winter to survive the cold and then use this rigorous 3-12-6 principle. That's 3 months of fermentation, 12 months aging in oak barrels, and 6 months resting in the bottle. Thanks to this precision, Ningxia has rapidly become China's premier wine tourism destination.
And there is a huge reason why agriculture and tourism are so successful here. 300 days. They get a staggering 300 days of fine, clear weather every single year. Because of this, Ningxia has earned the reputation as the absolute best stargazing destination in the country, quite literally known as the hometown of stars. Out in the desert, away from city lights, the sheer vastness of the universe just becomes overwhelmingly visible.
So, what other forgotten kingdoms are waiting to be discovered just beyond the edge of the desert? As we wrap up this explainer under the vast Ningxia night sky, I really hope this sparks your curiosity for your own future travels. From sheepskin rafts and star-aligned pyramids to world-class vineyards and a beautifully complex cultural tapestry, Ningxia is proof that the most hostile environments often breed the most extraordinary resilience and beauty. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.